I stayed at an Airbnb with 8 other artists for an anime convention weekend. This is the Airbnb. You guys will not believe it.
Ready? Off the bed!
Me, I guess.
But they won't prioritize us.
That's a fake watermelon!
We're about to.
Oh! It was $100 to park in the hotel.
My name is Henry of Sticker Zoo Designs, and come with me as we check out this Airbnb we got for Anime Impulse as we're here in Phoenix, Arizona. The Airbnb we stayed at was about 15 minutes away from the convention center. It was a 3-bed, 2-bath stay, and for 3 nights, the total came out to be $296, with a cleaning fee of $150 and other fees included totaling up to $558.11. It hosted up to 10 people, and since we had 9 in our party, it came down to just above $62 per person. And since we were able to drive, this was an incredible steal compared to some of the rates near the convention center. I just finished setting up my table at Anime Impulse. The venue is at the Phoenix Convention Center, and I'm the first person here. There's gonna be 8 other people in this house. They even have this dartboards area, including this chalkboard. When I first came in, I tripped on this step right here. This is the front door. 8 of the people that we're staying with, I know 5 of them, and then I don't know the other 3. That's the nature of these things. When you try to stay at an Airbnb and lodge with other people, you might stay with some people that you haven't met yet before, and you're all doing it to save money. It's nearly 8 p.m. and no one has arrived yet. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Our next guests have arrived. Oh my god.
Here we go. She can make herself comfortable.
One container to scoop the sauce into the other teriyaki sauces. This is absolutely diabolical. This is a health risk.
Okay,
oh, the pump works for that one.
Dan.
You're the reason there's
God.
Oh! Gee!
We
can make rice!
I think we found the cricket.
Big scoop or hammer?
Let's go, mate. Bring it on.
Oh, never mind.
I want that one. Get off the bed!
Relax.
Dirty, dude! This looks like a 2-way mirror.
Shit.
Oh, this is a 2-way mirror.
Anything else?
Henry, finish your food.
Joe Biden.
May's trying to force us to watch her YouTube video.
Is a pretty safe assumption nowadays.
What the
This is watching
What are
right
we
now.
watching?
It's an Athens. That's the AI.
That's a fake watermelon!
3 people in the master bedroom, 2 each in the other 2 bedrooms. And since we have 9 people, that means me and Phil are gonna be in the living room. Event starts at 11. I wanna get there early, so I might leave at like 8.
You look so small in that bed.
I look so small.
Yeah, you do.
Guys, I'm debating on whether I should change into my Pikachu onesie. Everyone else is going crazy.
I just microwaved noodles I got from lunch yesterday from the Chinese restaurant. I had to bring my own pillow and blanket because I didn't know what they had since I was expecting to sleep on my air mattress that I brought.
No, I want to live. You just like to sleep diagonally.
I do, yeah.
You like wake up, he's like this.
I swear I was not like that when I was sleeping. What?
Exactly like that. You know how I know?
No, how?
Your feet were right here.
Alright, we'll see you at the top. Immediately started sweating as I walked out, just saying. Alright, see you guys later.
Gotta get the badge for my car real quick, and then we can finally head out to the convention center.
Worth it.
We've arrived. All right, we're in. Finding the ticket in my email took longer than I anticipated. So cool. Hi. How's it going? I was just like, I was about to walk around and then I was like, hold up. Yeah. Always impulse events.
I work from home now, though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, so my setup at home is like a bunch of printers and stuff.
That is so adorable.
I think it's fun, you know?
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You're just collecting them over there. It is not a joke. It moves, guys. It actually moves.
I feel like we're not.
They're just recording us like awkwardly talking, like meeting each other. Like, it's like,
So that's what an extra small will feel like. You'll probably be a small, but it's still gonna be a little bit tight. But I mean, great thing about this is like it's super stretchy.
Fit check, y'all. As you guys know, I'm a Black Clover fan. We're looking fully fitted with the Yabai shirt and the shorts. This the back. full 360.
Booty bands, they help you grow your butt.
Can we take one? Perfect, thank you. It's so good for you, especially during cons when you're eating junk food and fast food only.
Get your free Yakult too. There's like a booth.
Where?
It's free samples. Where it says squid and then yeah.
Yeah, we gave out like 2 boxes.
Oh, I'll just get one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Johnny. Nice to meet you.
It's the right one, right? Give him up.
Yeah.
Fish cake. That's funny. That is so cute. That is funny. And it's right here. That is so funny. I didn't really vlog today, but I'll give you guys an update. I was just kind of drawing, doing some other things in between sales. Not the greatest sales day. It is 7:10 p.m. and the show ends at 7, so we're gonna go get dinner. Welcome to Flavor Town, where tonight we're gonna eat. Yeah, downtown Phoenix kitchen bar, Guy Fieri, once in a lifetime opportunity. Wait, your friends are here too? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Everybody's here.
I'll tell you the story of how I...
It's kind of like a bar vibe. Man of the hour. I can't believe you rolled in on a one wheel. That is crazy.
After we were at Anime Riverside last time, I was making a lot of bracelets in preparation for this event and other events, and I just decided to start watching your Anime Expo vlog. And I was like, okay, I wish I was there this year. I didn't apply early enough to get there, but I watched your whole vlog, and it's like, actually, let me catch up on the past few months of vlogs. And I think I watched all of your stuff, so it's funny to hang out with Henry now because, well, I feel like I've hung out with you a lot on the vlog recently, you know, and this is actually our first time hanging out not on the con floor. Yeah.
Everyone has their cameras ready?
I'm just using my eyeballs.
I got an all-American burger. It comes with the fries. Got a lot of ketchup. Very shiny looking burger, by the way. I'm gonna demolish this, hopefully. If I don't demolish it, someone else will. It was yummy. It was a yummy burger. We had some amazing conversations. We spilled all the tea possible. Bye, you guys.
No, we want Henry.
I guess you can have...
Well, I did get to have you at 2 other events. I don't want him anymore.
This is what I mean when I say May bullies me. Now that we're back, Dan enlightened me on day 1.
Hi guys, I'm Bob Hope with the prices. Oh, alright, me I guess. Sen, correct me if I'm wrong, but overall, very mediocre.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I said it was slow. I haven't been to all the Impulse shows yet, and I will once I've gone to the Bay one, but I have a feeling this is gonna be their worst show. Their crowd in Phoenix, Arizona is probably not that crazy, for one.
What are your thoughts? Day 1, Anime Impulse Phoenix. How are we feeling?
I'm sleepy because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep and it's all about me.
You heard it here, folks. They didn't do so well.
But honestly, like compared to Phoenix Fan Fusion, it's so vastly different. Phoenix Fan Fusion was fantastic. I'm absolutely going again. Blew me away the first time I've ever been. It was my first Phoenix Con. I was like, even if it was half as good as that was, I would be satisfied. It is not.
It's not half as good?
It's not even half as good as Phoenix.
Right now.
We should have went to Senpai Squad after party.
Well, I don't know.
What's this party in here?
All the flyers.
There's a game called, I forgot what it's called, Friends, and it has the word deep in it.
Yes, I know that one. I've purchased one myself and I've played it with myself.
Is it good?
It's deep.
Wow.
Do you
What are we
want to
talking
go that
about?
deep?
We can go that deep.
I can go maybe 2 inches.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, viewers. It has nothing to do with Anime Impulse's fault. Like, it had nothing to do with it. I think they held...
Security?
No. I think they held a wonderful event. Like, the venue's big, super spacious, blasting the AC, load-in was amazing.
There's a lot of different variables for why the event might not have gone well for the vendors. We had higher expectations, and usually for someone who, like me, who comes into events with absolutely no expectations, I did have expectations.
It's the attendees' fault. You're blaming Phoenix.
It would have made more sense to keep the vendors and the artists closer together because it's under Anime Impulse. Yeah. The other thing is, and it's just, like, it's the hottest time of the year in Phoenix as well.
And it took 2 hours for them
get
to get in. So they're already hot, upset.
Like celebrities, like VAs, exhibitors, vendors, and artist alley, because we're not the focal point, technically. It's like, it doesn't revolve around us. So the fact that they're paying money to see their VAs, to get it signed, they're spending their money, just not with us. Like, we're low on the totem pole of consumption because we're like a commodity.
Most conventions don't actually prioritize Artist Alley and things. Some people specifically go just for Artist Alley or big Artist Alley names that come, but they won't prioritize us. Sometimes communication is really hard when it's like a special guest. They'll bend over backwards and like flip over.
$20 parking is crazy.
Dude, Anime Riverside.
No, Anime Riverside.
It was $100. It was $100. It was $100 to park in the hotel.
That's where we need to Airbnb, guys. So from now on, we'll be doing the parking.
Yeah.
So you're saying that instead of being in artist alley in the vendor hall, we should be in parking alley. The other big factor is just attendee to vendor ratio, and there's just not enough attendees. So the competition between the vendors is even bigger. Like we could say our average order value per customer is lower than what it normally would be, but at the end of the day, that doesn't contribute as much if there's just not enough attendees.
Yeah.
If there was 10,000 more attendees, we would probably all make a little bit more money.
Everybody would be making
So just
money.
get more attendees, guys. You guys gotta start attending these events.
Yeah, but when you really look at it, there wasn't a lot of people. Yeah, in a long line. Yeah. Like, you have to understand, it took them until 1:30, 2 o'clock to get everybody in. Sitting there, like, twiddling our thumbs for the first, like,
we
couple
were,
hours.
and that's why it felt so slow in the beginning. But like the queue is finite. There was 1,000 people in line. It doesn't matter whether they got it at 1 p.m. or 12 p.m.
Yeah.
There's still 1,000
There's
people
still
in line.
1,000 people.
Oh, I don't have to go to this smaller con. I can go to the next one. I can spend money at this one instead of this one. This weekend there's Otakon, 2 other major cons going. So most artists that might have been here are over at those cons as well. So, and some attendees would maybe are also just like, oh yeah, we're there. So that was another thing I had noticed, that there's a lot of new cons popping up. I was speaking with another artist who was saying that in the Midwest, there's like con, and then they would have the area code number. But they're also just like kind of like popping up, like 1, 2, like everywhere. Now smaller cons are becoming more and more of a thing. Like everyone wants to be the organizer of a smaller con. I think that's like a new thing as artists and vendors that we have to start taking into account as well. Do I go to this one? Do I wait it out if it's even local for you guys, you know? Tables has now also become a concern for artists because it's like they're not as affordable as they used to be. They're much more limited. It's much more competition. You know, some are just like, oh, the only one I can do is a table in a parking lot.
I've been to one of those where they hosted the convention or event inside like a parking lot. They just had like a section of the parking lot fenced off, and it was actually really good for me. And I think the main reason, it came down to attendee to vendor ratio. There was a good amount of attendees for a convention that size. There wasn't that many vendors there. And even if you're not lucky, they can still end up coming to you because the venue is so small.
Yeah. I think another issue that does come up, people who are coming in with AI, people who are stealing images and putting them on Tumblrs and like other things and being like, I'm an artist, I made this. Yeah. I'm like, yes, technically you made it, but I mean, it is still in the end stolen art. I'm finding more and more cons being, unfortunately, more lenient. Not dropping any names. There was one convention that was like, yeah, we're letting AI like into the artist alley, like whatever.
We know, name dropped them though.
We were walking through artist alley. We're like, what the f are we doing here?
We're so uncreative.
Yeah, our shit is trash.
Yeah.
The artist alley was like banging. Like y'all had some crazy good art.
Flat out, like I never would have thought about it, but they had made a shaker charm where like it was like men's pecs, and you would shake it so their chesticles would bounce. And I was like, that's so smart. How did you even come up with this? Yeah, more and more people are becoming more creative with their stuff.
Yeah,
so that's like
really
that's super fun.
Like I could only probably walk through there like once. It genuinely was like a very humbling experience.
Because we've been to like, no offense to any artists, but obviously we don't even know the names, but it's like we've been to somewhere we're like, okay, like your art's good, like it's nice, it's creative, whatever. But this time we were like,
wow. Like every
like, these
single
should be
stand,
like,
bro.
you know what I mean? Like that's how good the art.
And they were all unique too in their own ways. Like there wasn't a lot of stands that were like copy and paste, like same, like this is the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like every artist had their own highlight.
I actually heard an attendee walk by and they were like, this is so cool. Every artist is like really good, and everyone doesn't look the same. Like every single table looks so different from the other. And I was like, yeah, that is really cool.
Are we done with contact? Because I want to play whatever it is that's that red box.
Yeah, we're about to. Oh, we're not about to play it.
How did the con
24
go?
hours.
Yeah. This isn't the convention center. We're gonna go grab water. I'm gonna grab an ice chest as well so I can bring it back to the car. Upgraded to my true form, Pikachu. There's nothing more awkward than walking around a Walmart in a Pikachu onesie. I got 3 cases of water, 2 bags of ice. I just made it here. We're about to film. Got the little setup. I finished filming Gonna lock in for the next like 2 hours to edit. I'm gonna try to get it done, post it this morning, something like that. I did it, Zookies. I finished the video and it's 10 o'clock. It's like 25 seconds long. I locked the hell in, finished it. It looks great. I finished it. I finished it. I'm literally about to upload it. It's so crazy. Some people might be wondering how I'm surviving in the onesie, and my answer is it's actually not that hot inside the convention center here at Phoenix. It's very spacious and the air in here is pretty cool. Some people were like packing up early. I heard some people say that the event's really slow for them. Some of the vendors are walking around making purchases as well. You usually don't see that as often unless the event is slow. Shout out to all the vendors who have been supporting me today by making purchases. Surprisingly, today so far seems like it's doing better than yesterday. I don't even know how that's possible. My hydro flask is almost empty. I forgot to refill it at the Airbnb this morning, but I was like, you know, I'm buying a heck of water, so like I don't really have to worry about not having water. But it is currently 1:51, which means there are about 5 hours left until the event ends. Alright, this part might be a little TMI for you guys, but I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been hydrating very well, very healthily. So I'm getting clapped by the water. I need to use the restroom again, and I've already used it once. I borrowed my table neighbor across from me's sign, because I don't have a sign that says BRB, I'm at the restroom when I'm going solo events. And I really should make one, but yeah, they have like a written one I saw yesterday. I thought it was funny, so I asked them to borrow it earlier, and I might have to ask them so I can borrow it again. Twice restroom in one day is extremely abnormal for me, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's currently 4 p.m. and I think the convention's gonna wrap up nicely. It's probably gonna slow down a lot more. Might be a couple last minute sales towards the last hour, but yeah, right now it's like pretty slow. We're chilling. Our friend over at Merriment gave me a snack. I'm sorry guys, I opened it off camera, but it's a choco pie. I just remembered that you guys exist, so I had to show you guys what it was. Haven't had it yet, but it's a green tea flavored choco pie. It's really cute. I didn't expect this when I opened it. I'm not gonna lie, even though the packaging shows you exactly what it looks like, I did not expect this. I zone out a lot, so eating helps with that. It helps you stay awake for sure. Hello. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I have absolutely no idea what I am going to get for dinner tonight, but whatever I eat, it better be good, because I'm going to cry if it's not that good. Oh, I see someone with the Armin sticker. I'm a big fan of AOT, so anytime I see AOT, I'm like, Suki's. I have news. We got a quarter of a burger from my friend Kiana, and she couldn't finish the burger, so I get a pre-dinner meal right now. I'm so grateful. This is so cool. Pikachu's got to eat to recover HP. I'm about at like red HP right now. The sound is going crazy, you know, when you have low HP, and you don't like that, so I gotta use a full heal. Oh wait, a potion, not a full heal. I'm tripping. I don't know my Pokemon. I'm sorry guys. It's been a minute. I haven't played. It's currently 6:35. Some people are already packing up. Bye bye. Have fun. They're pretty much already like packed out. I don't have anything new, honestly. I changed like some of the orientation on here, but honestly I think it looks pretty solid. Did not sell any of the Pikachu print, which is super disappointing because that was my new print. I was really hoping to debut it well here, but maybe it's not the crowd here in Arizona. We're gonna go knock out some art trades real quick with other people, and then we're gonna start tearing down. I personally think that I can speed run the heck out of tear down. I'm gonna time myself. I think over or under 27 minutes. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna beat this challenge. Some people might take over half an hour. I'm going for sub 27 though. We're gonna start the timer. It's gonna be a wild, sweaty ride. I would call this complete. We're done. And I severely underestimated my own ability. You guys would not believe it. 21:09. I thought I had 20 in sight. There was definitely a few time losses there. Dropped a couple octagons, and we did it. It's like cardio. This is Artist Alley after hours. People are packing up. Yep. We're back at the house. It started pouring. There was lightning when we were driving back. Look at that. Wet. Pouring. Stinky. I don't like it. Look at that. I'm not a fan. Oh yeah, Sen got the shorts from nearby. Sheesh! I'm thirsty. I'm gonna find myself a drink. Luckily I didn't finish all the drinks I had, so. Oh my god! I'm not wearing a hoodie because it's cold. I'm wearing a hoodie because I had to go out into the rain and I don't want to get wet. Our other solution was extremely horrible. It was putting a trash bag over my head. I'm also wearing a hoodie because sometimes this house gets really cold because 10 sets the degrees to like minus negative 1,000. Anyway, I said I was thirsty and I didn't drink, so I'm gonna drink this. Stop! Mimi left us because Matthew. Mimi left us because she hates us.
I have no comment for Mimi.
I had a pretty good day today. It was a long day. I woke up at 6 a.m. I did wake Philip up with my alarm. Speaking of Phillips, one of my hometown friends, his name's Philip as well, and every time he comments on a video, hey, I don't use deodorant, in my like comment section, every single post I make ever since the AX video, and I'm like, why do you do this? And the funny thing is, I know he uses deodorant, so like I don't know why he says that, but he's a joker. So
Day 2 was considerably faster. There was just a better flow overall.
Absolutely.
Why do we think Day 2 was faster? Like, how does that make sense?
I honestly did not expect Day 2 to be better. Like, just because I was like, oh, all the people on Twitter, on Instagram are flaming Anime Impulse and the event for poorly conducting the, I don't know, like entrance management, security check, and everything else. And I thought some of the attendees would just forfeit their pass and not come. But surprisingly, when it was like 11 and they had that thing where they said, we're gonna queue people at 10, there was a lot of people that came in and they were happy to buy things.
Also moved the metal detectors inside. A lot of them weren't outside as long because all of the security check-in stuff was all inside. So that also helped.
I think another thing, usually first days, everyone scopes, everyone goes through their events, they all kind of like hang out, do their meetups, do the activities that they want to, and then Sunday is when they go shopping. In previous years, I'm talking like easily 6 years ago, Sundays usually everyone did huge discounts because they didn't want to lug things home, so people would specifically wait for Sunday to buy everything.
How many of your customers were other vendors?
Well, we haven't conned for very long. I think this is like we're moving into our 12th con ever event. It's funny that you bring that up because we also we enjoy, lack of a better term, circle jerking each other. Like
passing the same 20.
Yeah, definitely a handful.
Yeah, no, I did have quite a few vendors actually, more than I thought more than I normally do. Like, I'll get the occasional one or like, oh yeah, let's trade and stuff. Joking, not joking, we literally passed the same $10 between like 5 of us. Mint gave me one, and then I gave it over to May gave it over to someone else, and then it somehow like made it back to Mint, and it was like hilarious.
If the $10 ever gets passed around, it's always gonna end at me because I'm not buying anything.
You're like,
no one is getting that $10.
Like, it stays with me.
Yeah. I see all the other, like, I did have.
At the end of broken telephone.
Yeah, literally, like, if there's I'll buy the next person's thing in fast food drive-thru, I'm stopping it. I'm not buying the person's thing behind me. Thanks for the food. And I'm going.
Bye.
Like, I'm next. I'm sorry. I'm just frugal like that, you guys. Not a fan of spending a lot of money. Unless I really, really want the thing. Or someone's birthday's coming up and I'm like, I gotta get them something. Let me find something for them. Also, there was a lot of people asking for art trades.
Yes, there was a lot of people. I get the occasional trade, but to see so much, I was just like... Art trade is when you, between two artists, so instead of exchanging currencies, you exchange merch.
Yeah, obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of your prints are pretty standard in terms of like prints are 15, 25, or 35, and then big ones are like 50 or something like, right? Mm-hmm. But with like merchandise, it's so different because like different things are obviously different. And so we've definitely have had times, and this is not throwing shade at any of our vendor friends, but our vendor enemies. Like, they'll be like, oh yeah, this thing is worth $70 or $80, and it's like a little knick-knack or something like that, right? And then we'll be like, we have to give them 3 shirts and a short, and then we get like a little thing. And then also, say no to trades if you don't want to. Like, don't be coerced. Because that happens. Yeah, you can say no. Don't feel bad or pressured or guilty or pity if you don't want to trade or you don't want to like excel to them. Like, you have that right.
Whoever tries to make you feel bad about saying no to a trade, they're the problem.
I hope those kind of people hit every red light.
And if you're one of the people who tries to make somebody feel bad that they don't want to trade with you, shame on you.
It's just the caveats are, what if you don't like their stuff?
Yes, correct.
And what if you're pressured to get the same value of thing? And then that's the one thing, like someone asked me to trade a print, and then not knowing what they had, I agreed to it, but I ended up liking their stuff, and I didn't really mind trading my print. So yeah, it was like one of those. There was a few art trades that I was like, some people proposed an art trade, But since there was nothing concrete, they didn't offer it or they didn't push anything onto me. I just didn't really like circle back to them.
You didn't act on it. Honestly, it's not even out of spite or just like because we don't like them. It's just we forget.
Well, I mean, with all the chaos of like packing up, closing up, like having to reorganize everything to get on the road and go.
Yeah, it's hard to remember.
Yeah, it's super hard to remember. So it's like no, like not trying to be rude. It's just like it's just like in one ear, out the other.
I heard that there was a lot of people from the Artist Alley that packed up super early.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, like around 2 or 3, they were gone.
That's crazy. You still have 4 hours of potentially making money.
I understand from their perspective though, because if they really weren't making much during what would be the peak hours of the day, they're like, they might as well cut their losses short.
Well, it depends too, because if they have a long drive, then they're like, yeah, might as well cut it and then just like head home early. So I'm like, okay, like there's pros and cons to everything, and it's kind of like, trying to gauge it, but I'm like,
you're already there. You already paid the cost. You're not losing more money being there because you've already apportioned that time out.
But yeah, you are losing time.
I think saving time would make saving time.
If we would have packed up early, we would have missed out on like $300, $400. We were making sales all the way up until like the last like hour, but we had those couple of like stragglers that came in like, hey, I want to get your stuff. All right, bet.
And the one reason I would never leave a con early or anything like that is because I value the networking aspect of it so much. Like even if I could leave early and I was making absolutely zero sales, I would just pack up some of my stuff, cover it up, but I would go around and talk to people. And that's like the one thing I feel like this con was so amazing for.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like the networking.
We were talking about it. The people saved the con. For sure. The other vendors and being able to talk to everybody saved it. Like, saved the experience. Because, like, we went to Comic-Con Revolution and we were by ourselves and it was terrible. It was terrible. We didn't talk to anybody. But being able to talk to people was really fun.
Day 2 redeemed the convention. Would you guys come back? Probably going to have it again next year. They're probably going to accommodate better with the weather. Now that they are aware of some of the issues, obviously, like, first con isn't going to be perfect. I went to Seattle. That was okay. There was definitely its trials and errors with that one as well. Would you guys go back to this convention next year if you had the opportunity to? Or if you had no other show and you needed something in this time?
I feel like that's kind of difficult to answer right now, but because I think the sad fact of like this whole like event organizer space where like the Titans kind of be like, oh, you didn't go to this one, then you don't get to go to any of mine. So you should go to this one, even though it's like a weak one or our first one. Out of necessity, yes, we would have to go.
I might get banned, not gonna lie.
Honestly, I would consider it one, depending on the time that if it's gonna be at the same time of year or if it's gonna be a different type of year. Also, if you guys end up going, I mean, I would probably go because I'm like, I just wanna hang out. I like this group, like, are you guys going? Okay, I'll go.
Yeah. And
twist my arm.
Yeah, I agree with It's becomes like work have become vacation, like little mingle party. Kind of the cool kids on the block now, especially Henry. I think we're getting there.
That's diabolical.
Using you for clout, how dare you?
I would come back to a convention if you guys go to the convention. I'm like, oh shoot, you guys are going? I'm going too.
Yeah.
Right? I think the other funny thing is hearing it from the other side from someone who's like, oh my god, like, stickers, oh my god, yeah, buy, like, oh my god, I love their work, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, he's a nerd.
He's a loser.
He's a loser. He sleeps diagonally. Yeah, so I'm like, it's kind of funny to see that the idealization, I guess, a friend, and then then you're like we were talking about last night, like first impressions, like what people think versus reality, which is, I think, a really funny contrast.
That is a really funny contrast.
I was poking at Dan's face last night.
I'm like sleeping and I was like, ow, something's poking me. And I was like kind of dreaming, right?
Oh no!
I was kind of dreaming, like, ow. And I wake up and Vincent's like literally like laying like this, going like this. And I turn around, I was like, dude, I slap his hand, I turn around and I leave.
But he was asleep doing that?
I was asleep.
I thought you were just like tee.
No. This was like in the middle of the night.
No, if I was awake and actually conscious, that would be really weird.
Funny story was that I, with your video that you had made this morning.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Wait,
so
you
fun.
actually made the video?
Yeah, he made the video. And I opened Instagram. It's like the first thing that comes up. And I was like, oh my God, you actually, like, I knew you were gonna do it, but I'm like, you were like,
10 a.m.
yeah, you were like Godspeed.
Yeah, you did it.
I both respect and fear you for it. But Furan was watching it beside me, and then they had looked over, and they're like, wait a minute.
Friend's never seen my table before.
Yeah, didn't even have a chance to go over to your table
She just
before.
knew me.
Yeah, just knew you for the fact that for your deodorant video. And I was like, wait a minute, I think I know this guy. Oh my god, that's Sticker Zoo. And then I was like, that's the deodorant guy.
I don't want to be known as the deodorant guy though. Like that. I just hope that the Anime Impulse series does not ban me from the events. That's it.
Ban him, please.
Get him out of here.
Everybody banned.
One less space, one more for us.
Hashtag ban Sticker Zoo.
I think overall day 2 was good. It was definitely just like smoother experience. It was fun. Like you could honestly feel like the energy was a little bit different. Like people weren't coming in complaining. Like literally Saturday, people were coming in. Was like, oh, it was so hot. This is brutal. This sucks. Blah 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 blah. And then today we just had people going like, let me buy that. Let me buy that.
So a lot of people weren't going home because they weren't feeling well or getting heat stroke and things like that. So I mean, kudos to them for fixing that issue.
I'm giga hungry.
Oh yeah, I guess
That's it. Yeah, I hope everyone like did good today on our end in this Airbnb. Shout out to April and Jennifer, Proxies for Sin. They gave me a drink. They gave me a Coors beer. I'm not a biggest fan of beer. Something it did do for me was make me have to pee 5 million times. And usually I don't take that many bathroom breaks, but my neighbor across from me had a cute sign that said, BRB, I'm using the restroom. And Dan is going absolutely berserk over here.
This episode was sponsored by Whataburger.
It was not.
My breakfast was a cold patty melt from Whataburger.
I feel like the Yabai squad has been super antisocial post-con stuff. Like for some reason we're just so beat. During con, super high energy, and then we just crashed. So we apologize for that. For anyone,
it's
for
nothing
everyone.
personal.
Yeah, it is nothing personal. Unless if it's Henry.
And well, that about wraps it up for the session. We were gonna go get food. I mean, we are gonna go get food now, and I don't know what we're gonna get, but I'm excited to eat because I am hungry. I hope that it is not pouring anymore outside. But other than that, staying at this Airbnb has been extremely fun. Dan is gonna sleep, and Vince is gonna go poke him, and that concludes it. Bye!